I'm grateful for my job at Central Oregon Daily News. I'm also grateful that I get to do Little Did I Know. It's a lot of fun.
But I'm also grateful for gratitude.
I've addressed mental health on previous episodes of Little Did I Know because I'm just like y'all. Life occasionally gives me one good butt kicking.
And gratitude, every time, without fail, was always the end result.
There are countless medical studies that show that having an attitude of gratitude is really, really good for your physical health. But to me, mental health is more of a spiritual thing, so I decided to have a chat with a couple of spiritual guys. Michael runs the Natural Mind Dharma Center in West Bend.
It's a great teaching that says if we act with an unsettled mind, we'll have unsettling experiences. The first thought that calls the mind home, in other words, calls us back to who we really are, truly are, in our heart of hearts. The first thought is the preciousness of having been born. I mean, we have so many challenges and experiences that we have that when we come on the other side of them, we've grown and changed and they've enriched our life. So even the most difficult situations we have, to have cultivated at least a little bit of gratitude for the fact that we're here and able to experience this, and then use it to be not only a benefit to ourselves and our growth, but to benefit to others too.
The Christian faith speaks to gratitude in almost identical words.
There's an ancient mystic in the 14th century by the name of Meister Eckhart who said the only prayer you ever need is 2 words: thank you. And I've really discovered that you need gratitude the most when there's very little to be grateful for. That I call it fierce gratitude.
In my life, it was actually my darkest hours that led to the most gratitude. And gratitude is the key to getting out of your own mind.
That's what happens with gratitude. It slows us down. It allows us to see what we may have not seen before. It allows us to listen to what we might not have listened to before. And I think it makes the world better.
Steve Koski was recently talking to a friend who has cancer. He said that the darkness that took him over was like looking through a window with multiple panes of glass, when suddenly one of the panes of glass got very dark.
All of a sudden, everything's dark. You become kind of obsessed where that's all you're thinking about, and you become overwhelmed by what's wrong. You become overwhelmed with the challenge that you're facing. And we talked about how important it is to just take 2 steps back. I mean, the glass is still dark, and you have to tend to that. You can't ignore that. But if you take 2 steps back and become aware of the light that's shining through the other panes of glass, it actually changes then how you deal with the dark pane of glass. And he said something so beautiful. He said, Stephen, my cancer doesn't make sunsets any less beautiful.
Michael told me his first piece of advice when someone is suffering is to find a good counselor, someone who will be a source of emotional connection and support.
But then meditation takes you to a much deeper place. It really helps you understand who it is that's depressed. Who is that person that is having the difficulty?
Einstein once said there are 2 ways to live your life. First, as though nothing is a miracle. Second, as though everything is a miracle. And a poem that Steve Koski told me sums it up best.
And the poem begins that I woke up and stood on 2 strong legs. One day, it will be otherwise. I ate cereal with cold milk, sweet, ripe peach. One day, it will be otherwise. I had dinner with candlesticks on my table. In my bedroom, there are paintings on the walls. One day, it will be otherwise. And she said, I sat down at the end of the day to plan another day, just like this day. But one day, it will be otherwise. Gratitude is what you need. It's the oxygen when the air is really thin.
Have joy and appreciation for wherever you are and whoever you meet. And what that does is it unplugs your ears. It allows you to hear what you might not have heard.
For Central Oregon Daily News, I'm grateful to be Scott Elness.